Folks, if you haven't seen the Dave Chappelle Saturday Night Live monologue, you have to watch it. But I pulled something out of there that was so eye-opening. I want to share it with you. What if you had a corporation? And now this is just a hypothetical. You have a corporation, and somehow, some way, the corporation they outs their old CEO, and they bring in a new CEO. And this new CEO looks around. He's a businessman. He knows what he's doing. He's been CEOs of other corporations before. So he comes into this new corporation and he sees that things are being run very poorly. And then he digs a little deeper and realizes that there's a lot of corruption, a lot of fraud. Maybe people are stealing, embezzling, what have you. And everyone, pretty much everyone involved in this corporation is crooked. And he says, well, I can recognize that this is being run poorly. There's a lot of crooks here. There's a lot of bad people here. And I'm going to expose everyone and clean house because this is a public corporation and the people need to know what's going on inside the walls of this building. What would you do if you worked for that corporation? You're a VP, you're a senior VP, you're whatever your role would be. I don't care if you're the window washer, the secretary, the janitor. If you worked for this corporation and this new CEO came in, notices the corruption, notices the wrongdoing, the crime, and says, I'm going to expose all of you, you have only one choice. There is only one choice. And the choice is, you have to get rid of this guy. No matter what, at any cost, you have to get rid of him. To get rid of him, and before you get rid of him and get him out, you have to besmirch his character. You must, if you're part of that organization, that company, and you are a criminal, you're a bad guy. The only option you have is to make this new CEO that says he's going to oust everyone and show everyone that they're corrupt, is to turn him into the criminal. Tell the world that he's corrupt. Bring him down. Bring his character down. Call him a thief, call him a racist, call him a sexist, call him a bigot, call him any xenophobic. You do anything and everything you can to besmirch his character to the world because you need to get him out. And it also discredits anything he might say. So if he says, oh, hold on, you're throwing all these daggers at me, but hey, hold on, I found this. This guy's stealing. This guy's embezzling. This guy's doing this. I was like, oh, don't listen to this guy. And they just throw all these things at him, all these labels. Nothing's verified. He's a racist. What do you mean? Just a couple of years ago, he was being handed a trophy on stage from some black organization for all the good work he did. What do you mean there's bank documents showing he lent money to black entrepreneurs? What do you mean there's government documents showing that he gave additional funding to historically black colleges when a previous, possibly black, president took that funding away? What do you mean this guy's a racist? So it's just throwing stuff out because they have to discredit his character and completely tarnish his image. That's the only way no one will listen of him screaming that, hey, these guys are all crooks. These guys are all crooks. This whole place is crooked. They're all crooks. No one would listen. They had to bury. That would be the only thing that they could do to get that CEO out. And if you were part of that corporation, you were one of the crooks, you would go along with it. Because if you don't, you're going down. And this is your career. You're not going down. So you'll just hop on the bandwagon. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. Whether you were on his side or not. Yeah, he's a sexist. He's xenophobic. He's a bigot. I think he's transphobic too. And he's an ageist. And he's an ableist. And he's this. And I think he stole a cocktail napkin one time. This is what we watched happen right in front of our eyes. What if the man who was trying to expose the villains was turned into the villain by the actual villains? and we all fell for it? What if the guy who was trying to point the finger at the people who were really doing wrong and trying to hurt us, and they actually turned the tables and they made him look like the one that was doing wrong and was trying to hurt us? Wouldn't that be the ultimate con? Think about it. Think about all the things you've heard over the last few years. Things have been said that just simply don't make sense. Verifiably false, factually untrue. And ask yourself, the man that they're calling a con man, well, maybe the con artist that he was trying to expose conned us into thinking he was the con man, when in fact, they were just trying to save themselves.